media who are here. Thank you so much. We invite Yamal Muhammad to stroke in that last bolt and nut into this part of the Tech Dome Penang to mark our groundbreaking ceremony here today. We have it, ladies and gentlemen, our official groundbreaking for Tech Dome Penang. Congratulations once again on this glorious occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause.
Faizan bin Darus, Setiausaha Kerajaan Negeri Pulau Pinang. Yang Berhormat Chong Eng, Ahli Esko Kerajaan Negeri. Yang Berhormat Danny Lock, Ahli Esko Kerajaan Negeri. Ahli Parlimen Kawasan Bukit Bendera Yang Berhormat Zairil, Adun Kawasan Hitam dan juga setiausaha politik saya Yang Berhormat Wong Hun Wai, juga Datuk Rosli bin Jaafar, Pengurus Besar PDC, the Consul General of Japan to Penang, His Excellency Mr. Ruichi Noda, Yang Dipertua or the Lady Mayor of Penang City Council, Datuk Petayah binti Ismail, the Secretary Engineer Amin Tai, Ms. Chang Wing Mao, the Deputy General Manager 1, as well as the Chief Information Officer of PDC, Mr. Datoto from IJM, as well as, of course, members of the board for the Penang Tech Center, Senator Berhad, Dr. Wong Siu Hai, who is Chairman and Director, Dr. K.K. Lim, the Director of Penang Tech Center, and all the distinguished guests who are here today. I forgot to mention Yang Berhormat Ngui Ek, Member of Parliament for Tanjung. Together with him is Dato' Ang Chu Hong, who is now the General Manager of State Urus that runs Komtar, as well as all distinguished guests from not only the industry, not only the business associations, but also I think from representatives from Hüttinger from Germany, which contribute partially to this design, as well as from Science Alive. Selamat pagi and salam bersih to everyone. First, let me thank everyone for joining us to this important chapter in the Tech Dome journey. Today is a scientific milestone for Penang in our quest to be a COE of science and tech in Malaysia. And a center of excellence, to be a center of excellence is just not getting the right talent, but also ensuring that there are facilities compatible with their talents. And I'm truly pleased that we are finally embarking on the groundbreaking of the Tech Dome Penang project. In our quest to be a COE of science and tech, you must not only build capacity and capability, you must also have the ability. And Penang Tech Dome is a combination of these efforts, where we hope we can not only be a center that can rekindle interest in science and tech amongst the young, but also create new synergies. I think that is now the key word in the industry, how to create new synergies. One area, of course, is through convergence of existing sectors, manufacturing, services, and the public sector. Another area is to establish new and creative fields in the hopes that our investment there may not necessarily be returned or be able to be plowed back but in the hope that at least you create new synergies in other areas. That's why when you talk about the Penang Tech Dome project, it is part of the larger series of ventures that the state government is embarking upon. On the 1st of October, we'll be launching our CAT Accelerator program, where this will be a venue to encourage new tech startups. Again, the investment that we put in, that we know, unlikely there will be any payback, unlikely what we have put in will be plowed back to us, but what we want is to create new synergies. And I think this is what Penang is focusing on, not only on tomorrow, but to create new synergies so that we can face the challenges of tomorrow. Now, for the Tech Dome Penang project, we have come a long way. When I first mooted the idea of a Tech Dome project, it was as a result of my trip to US. When I went to Austin, National Instruments. When I went to Santa Clara and San Jose, you know, they have this Tech Dome center there. And we feel that we need a series of initiatives, a series of programs, a series of projects, even if you are to establish Penang as a COE of Science and Tech. And in that journey, we started off by establishing the Penang Science Cluster. There was a lot of skepticism because Penang Science Council, which I had suggested at that time, did not work. Canada has had one, had established one, and it failed until they had to dissolve it. So why do you go back to the idea that had failed? But I felt that if we set up a Penang Science Council, we do not use the old model. We use something that is outside the box. Because when a Penang Science Council that is established by government and run by government, it is bound to fail. Why is it a Penang Science Council that is established by government and run by government is bound to fail? Because it lacks the essential element to make a Penang Science Council successful. That spark of creativity and innovation. That spark of freedom that will be essential in science and tech. And when we establish a Penang Science Council, we put the seed money in. We gather all the industry experts in. But we did not interfere in the running of the Penang Science Council. They ran it on their own. They started off with their own programs, and we just become a puppet and just follow what they do. And of course, become Father Christmas, just give money when they want. Of course, Dr. Yung very happy. Every day I ask for money, give me. But such generosity will require us to have funds available. And I think Dr. Wong Siew Hai knows that through the PDC, the Rusli, we have committed, the state government has committed through PDC at least 5 million ringgit for this project. And that is a seed money for us to do other bigger projects. And we are thankful for the private industry for coming in, because this project will probably come up to around 25 million. We want to thank other companies like IJM and the other big companies present who have committed themselves. There are too many names. And of course, don't forget companies like Western Digital, Agilent, AMD, they have all put in. Intel, I think the list goes on and on. Keysight Technologies. We want to thank everyone for sponsoring this project, and I'm certain that this is only the beginning. You'll be putting in more money in future. Once you see what we have in mind, you'll be putting in more money in future, because this is about the future. I always say this, we always want to prepare our young for the future, but you must also prepare the future for our young. And this is preparing the future for our young, so that they will be motivated to equip themselves with the necessary scientific knowledge to become engineers, scientists, and technologists. Now, as a hub for technology learning and exchange of ideas, the Tech Dome for Penang will provide a platform for people from all walks of life to discover the wonders of science and technology. It will be a showcase of science and technology, and as I said before, we may have different visions, but we hope and I believe that the organizers who understand that sometimes we need to showcase the inventions that we have made in Penang. And there are some wonderful inventions that originated from Penang. It's up to the companies whether they want to showcase what they've invented. And of course, those who have sponsored would always be able to showcase maybe their most famous product invented in Penang. And again, this is actually designed to spark the interest among children. As I always say that no point having a tech dome if you cannot recreate the wow factor. People coming must feel wow. Not just the chief minister come in feel wow, because chief minister has not been to too many places. He see everything also he wow, wow, wow. But when I go wow, my children look at me bored, then I know I'm in trouble. So you should not try to impress the chief minister, because he's very easily impressed since I've not been around as much as I should have. You should try to impress your children, my children, the ordinary kids. They are the most difficult people to impress. If you can create the wow factor amongst these young kids, then you have made it. So the litmus test is not me, it's not you, it's your kids or your grandchildren. That is the highest bar of all. And if we can do it, I'm sure we have succeeded, and we would have fulfilled the hopes and aspirations of those who sponsored and donated to this incredible, futuristic and public program. Never before has a government invested so much in science, technology, as well as art. You know, you look at the amount of money we put in art and science. Sometimes in 1 year we put more what the previous government has done in 50 years in art and science. And this shows our commitment towards the future. We must be focused on tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you forget about the past, no. But the focus should always be on tomorrow. Do not fight yesterday's battles. Prepare for tomorrow's challenges. I think this is a message we want to give out for Penang. Unfortunately, we are at a stage where everyone is looking behind. Everyone is focusing on economic development. People are not talking about tomorrow. They're only talking about donations. It's not that donations are not important. Donations are important. But why should it be an issue? What is right and what is wrong is so simple. I've said it many times and I'll say it again. You ask even a school PTA chairman whether he dares or not to put money donated for the school in his own personal account, and he will tell you he would not dare. Cannot lah. Sure, must go to the school. How can I put in my personal account? If even a PTA school chairman knows that, how come our Prime Minister doesn't know that? And that is why we feel that something that is so clear, black and white, and yet again and again efforts to justify detracts us from real issues. To do the right thing. To do the right thing, not only do things right, but do it the right way. And I think that would not create confidence. And if we can boldly move forward and say that this is wrong, deal with it. Otherwise, if we keep on going around and round and round in circles, Malaysia and our future will be the loser. Penang refused to be part of that mindless games. We want to look towards tomorrow. And that's why the Tech Dome of Penang is part of the effort towards tomorrow. For Penang's prosperity to be assured, we have to be competent. We have to be more than competent. We have to be excellent in science and tech. That expertise and knowledge is our future. We feel that perhaps our school curriculum has not been equipped to spark that interest in science and tech amongst young children. That sense of wonder at science is absent. That sense of wonder that I felt when I was in school about science and tech is no longer present in kids nowadays. Perhaps their attention span is shorter because they have their smartphones and they play their computer games. And this is why it's even more challenging to rekindle that interest. And if you cannot rekindle that interest, they will not take the hard disciplines of science and tech. I think you know it's not easy to do engineering course. It's not easy to do architectural course. Some people feel it's easier to take accounting or legal courses, comparatively speaking. And they feel they can earn more money in the process. Not knowing that it is the scientists, engineers that when they succeed, they will be appointing the accountants and the lawyers. So we have to let them know the rewards, but also the excitement when they do science and technology disciplines. Now, for this Tech Dome project, a substantial portion of exhibits will be from Science Alive from New Zealand, and also partly Hattinger from Germany. But exhibits from locally based NMCs and local corporations will also be on display, as I mentioned just now. And as I said, this is in line with our objective for Tech Dome, to showcase local technology and those originating from Penang. Penang Science Council's tagline is just 2 words: inspiring innovation. And we hope that the Tech Dome can inspire innovation with your various educational programs, workshops, and science camps for young children. As I said just now, we want to create synergies. But to do that, you must have a residue or a reserve of that specialized expertise. What I want to describe as residual intelligence for us to fall back on when we do these projects. And when this Tech Dome project is completed, I'm sure it will attract a growing, hopefully a growing community of scientists together and live so that they can push and propel science forward. Just like the artist community. Over the last 6 years, through our strenuous efforts with Georgetown Festival, we now have a cluster of artists residing permanently in Georgetown. Not just local artists, but also foreign artists. And they provide that bohemian atmosphere you see in Georgetown, where art and culture can flourish. Now, going back to the Tech Dome project, the building renovation design is done by architect Permata, and a team of consultants include Arup Engineering, TAS Avenue, and Quante Bina. Construction work commences immediately after groundbreaking, with Corp Construction duly appointed as the main contractor by open tender, and expected to complete by the end of March next year. An additional 3 months is set aside for fitting in and commissioning of exhibits and interior decoration works, and it's targeted to open its doors by middle of 2016. Renovation costs estimated around 12.54 million, and of course this will be funded by the generosity of the private sector, and in line with the state government's priority on environmental planning. Tech Dome will also be a GBI certified building. I'm sure the Penang Green Council will be very happy to hear that. Again, we are providing the best building in Komta for the Penang Tech Dome project. That shows our commitment. Not only do we come up with the money, we come up with the building. No, Komta is beautiful, but I think the crown jewel of Komta is the dome. The only one in the world when it was completed. And of course, one of those unique buildings that architects all over the world come and study. And for us to give this building for for Tech Dome project is sort of a homecoming, because it should be used for science and tech. And even though it took 30 years to realize that, and of course we need a change of government also lah. But finally, I think the Tech Dome is coming back to its spiritual home, to its ancestral spiritual home, science and technology. And that's important. Because I always believe that for a city to be internationally intelligent, you must have a soul. Whether in art, culture, history, tradition, but also in science and tech. Because Penang's success is closely and inextricably linked and intertwined with science and technology. 40 years, 45 years of experience with top multinational corporations in electrical and electronic industry. A key parameter for our success. The Penang Development Corporation will be extending a 30-year lease at a nominal rental of RM1 per year for the Tech Dome project. We'll also be upgrading various infrastructure facilities, including new escalators and a new air condition. About time lah. You can see me sweating like crazy. This is in addition to the 5.15 million cash contribution that PDC is contributing to this project. So once again, I want to thank the founding sponsors for Tech Dome, IJM, Dell, Altera, Intel, Torre, Globtronics, Molex, Inari, and many other corporate donors. And also many individuals that I cannot possibly name here. Thank you for the support to help realize this mission. We look forward to your continued support. And of course, whilst we have made significant progress in fundraising, I've been told by Dr. Wong Siu Hai we are still 2 million ringgit short from our budget of 25 million ringgit. For those who wish to be duly recognized as founding sponsors, please donate before the opening of 2016 June. I'm sure you'll find your name inscribed worthwhile because you will be part of history, be part of the scientific history of Malaysia. No state government will have done what we have done, and you will be part of that history because I believe, I'm convinced that this will be the best in Malaysia and one of the best in the world. Just like Georgetown Festival, we thought that, well, if we can be amongst the top in Malaysia enough. It's now not only the top in Malaysia, it's seen as even the top in Southeast Asia. Why? Yes, we got very smart and talented people, but more important than that, because the state government in Penang gives you something that many other places do not have. And what is that? Freedom. Freedom works. And we have shown that freedom works in Penang. That's why we believe that this will be the best. And I'm sure you want to be part of something that is the best. After all, Penang is simply the best. And of course, donations to the Tech Dome will qualify for tax exemption granted by the Ministry of Finance. That's very important, no? You can get 35% off, no? So once again, my special thanks to all of you who have contributed. Appreciation again goes to many education institutions, partners and volunteers who continue to come forward to support the various events and upcoming programs for Tech Dome. Let's work together to make Penang a better place for all Malaysians, and let's work to make the future brighter for our children. Thank you very much.
All your contributions. Thank you all so much for joining us from Penang. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a pleasant day ahead. Thank you. I also would like to thank Kok Construction for sponsoring today's event here. Thank you so much to Kok Construction. Once again, everybody have a pleasant day. Thank you.